Hello everyone and welcome back to Minecraft. This is KasuRequiem. So, there's something a little bit new this time. And that, as you can see on screen, is like kind of a VTuber thing. It's, I guess, not quite that, but I made her and I've been liking her a lot. It took me like 2 weeks to make her. She's somewhere between a 2D avatar and like a VTuber because she's still 2D, but she has some 3D aspects about her. She can move a little bit when I do, and obviously her mouth moves. I wanted to do it this way instead of the 2D avatar because there's a lot more fluidity with this kind of thing. But I hope you like her, and this is the first kind of video series that I'm going to be using her in. So I hope you enjoy. And without further ado, today, as you can see, we're playing Minecraft, but we are doing a special mod pack. I don't know if this is going to be a full series or not. It would be fun if it was, but you know me. I am really fickle about these things. This is a mod pack called Regrowth, and is probably one of my favorite mod packs, like, ever made. Sevtech is another one that's, like, way up there. It's basically a pack where the world is a desolate wasteland, and you have to figure out magic and technology that will help you fix the world and make it reborn and such. And there's like mods like Botania in here, and eventually Millionaire. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's the like village creating one where you have different cultures and stuff, not like the Minecraft villagers, but like actual people villagers. And I know that comes in like way later, and maybe we'll get to that, but who knows. I hope you guys enjoy it, and without further ado, let's begin. I like to name all of my rebirth worlds with Yggdrasil because I feel like it's very fitting. The world tree when there's a desolate wasteland. And you may have noticed I have cheats on. That's more for my sanity than anything else. If like crazy bullshit happens, I will go into creative and fly back to my like home or whatever. But that's really the only reason that's up there. I'm not going to be like actually cheating in game, but for crazy bullshit, that's what that's for. And I'll be back when it's loaded. And alright, we're back. Now that I've like loaded the terrain a little bit, as you can see, this is a complete desolate wasteland. And we have a quest book as well as... You done? You good? Okay. As well as like a not enough items type of thing here, and as you can see, there are a lot of mods in this mod pack. Also, to specify, this pack is very old. It's like before shields. I'm pretty sure it's like a 1.12 or like earlier. And considering we are in like 1.17 or 18 now, it's pretty old. But it's because a lot of these, the reason it hasn't been updated is probably because a lot of the mods aren't being updated anymore that are part of this, but maybe someday someone will make something that's as good as this. But without further ado, we have a quest book, and this quest book has a little bit of narration, so let's listen to that.
You've awoken from slumber once more, but this time things seem a little different. The world itself appears dead around you. a wasteland stretching off into the distance, dotted by the skeletons of trees, accompanied only by gray boulders. Even more curiously, the earth seems barren. Try as you might, you cannot find a single deposit of minerals underground, leaving you to wonder what to make of this world. As you look around, you start to think about what it will take to survive here and how you might try and help the world recover.
Woo. Anyway, yeah, you can listen to that as much as you want, but this is the quest book. We'll be referring to it a lot. It does have a hardcore mode. Even if I knew how to turn that on, I wouldn't, because this mod pack is daunting enough as it is. But we have all these different sections which will be unlocked over time. I just noticed this one, how the way the world bleeds, Jesus. But this is the main one year thing. This one, you can look at it, but there's no quest in it yet. It's just one of the first unlocked sections. But this is our main one. So here, something powerful would have been needed to remove all the ores from the world. Some sort of teleporting force at that. The tall, slim creatures you've seen at night appear to teleport whenever they go. Perhaps they could provide some answers? So it's just... This one is the section of the mod that's like... goes into the like later stages. But you can do that really early on. But the first thing we're going to do is to gather some wood and such. This version of wood, anyway. For this, I'm going to turn this back down, because I turned it up so that you could hear his thing. But here we go. Back to normal. One of the main things is you get flint from these slate blocks here. And you can use these to build the slate blocks, so you can build with them, but also, you have like tinkers in here, so you can use that to make some early rudimentary tools. If you break these like burned trees, the ones that have like the little like coal things on them, those give you sticks and charcoal and wood ash sometimes. The rest of these give you like these little like wood bits, which kind of act in crafting as wood planks, but not exactly, if that makes any sense. And with the grass, there's a lot of different things you can get from this, not just seeds. And we want at least one of each thing you can get from the grass, which is the most annoying thing to have to do early on. Though we've gotten most of them already. So I'm just going to throw this in here. So what we need is belladonna, floral fertilizer, bone meal, clay, seeds. The only one I think we're missing now would be pasture seeds. And I think we have all of the little bits we need for that section. Oh wow, is that clay? No, that's marble. I was like, I didn't think that clay spawns like as blocks. I've never seen it. Calm down, zombies. But I will say this mod pack involves a lot of just punching these dead bits of grass. And obviously I'm not going to make you sit through all of that. But I feel like this first like day is pretty important. Especially since this mod pack includes things like Ender Zoo and Witchery. So there's a lot more bad hostiles in this game than just the normal, which makes night way more annoying. You don't get the Ender Zoo ones spawning nearly as much, but they are there, and they are a pain. Here we go. There are some structures that you can come across while you're exploring, and those can be like utilized a little bit, either for some rudimentary shelter, or like you can find a hobgoblin house and you can trade with the hobgoblin, though the things you need to trade with him are like kind of mid-late game, I think. But it is a thing you can do. There we go, we have our pasture seed now, so what I'm going to do is just kind of keep going here. You will need a lot of bone meal and a lot of floral fertilizer. Those are like the main things that you want when you're going around. Obviously we do need some clay, but that will come in time. Realistically, we only need 3 clay pieces to get most of the beginning stuff started. Yeah, basically with this, you start with like nothing, and after a little bit, we'll unlock making crops and having a farm, and we will eventually unlock trees and like faster ways of getting these like grass things. Honestly, the fastest thing is like getting a area with like grass to dirt and using bone meal to make a bunch of these, especially if you have a lot of bone meal. Ooh. There's a structure over here. Which could be very useful to us, especially since night has fallen. And we have some squeedies. I think the most useful thing with these... this is a witch's area. This witch is completely docile, so you don't... Oh wait, that's the bad witch. That's a bad witch. So the witch that's in the middle is docile. But it just so happened that a different witch happened to spawn at that point, and that's the normal Minecraft witch. So there's my luck. You don't lag on me. So I'm gonna try getting away from this area a little bit and dig into the ground, and I will be back during the morning. It'd be great if the game wasn't lagging. That would be fantastic. There we go. Okay. Now we can actually start working on some tools. I think would be a good use of our time. So I'm going to get... I only need one of these. 1 pickaxe head. 2 shovels. And 2 axes. We're going to get 4 of these tool rods. And 1 of these. Now, if we go to the thing here, we can actually claim this one because it just wanted us to get flint, charcoal, and deadwood planks. And this gives us +1 mechanist. This is more useful later on, but... And now what we need is to... We've made all of these bits, and now we just need to make all of these tools. And we'll be able to get the stuff to make a sword, which is what we really do need. So let's see. We have a shovel. A pick. An axe and a mattock, which is basically the equivalent of a like hoe, I suppose. I didn't mean to do that. That was weird. Okay. So now we can choose any one of these to make different types of swords. I always just pick the bone wide guard for this. And then earthly possession. So you need cobblestone and dirt for this. And the first night is a great time to get this. But before we do that, I'm going to make our sword. Like, where'd the piece go? And now we have all of this. We have materials new, which most people don't read nowadays. And luckily, since we have all this charcoal that we've grabbed, we have some light sources. And with any luck at all, we should be able to find some dirt underground. I thought it was dirt for a second, and then I was disappointed because it's granite. Nobody likes granite. I mean, someone probably likes granite, but whoever that is incorrect. There's some limestone, which I like building with because marble's nice and all, but limestone is just a nicer color in my opinion. And hopefully digging up all this limestone, there'll be dirt on the end. Yay, there's dirt. This was a good plan. Yeah, the main thing you want to do now is just get a good amount of dirt and a good amount of cobblestone. And I'll be back once I've dug this all up. And I'm back. So as you can see, we have some of these. We also got some red sand, which works the same as normal sand, so we can turn that into glass, or we can use that for sugarcane and stuff. But now we can just dig out of our hole here. And we've kind of like wandered pretty far from where we were, just because we were being chased. But hopefully tomorrow night we will have an actual shelter, as well as you know, we have a weapon now, so we can actually defend ourselves and not walk straight into a witch because my game lagged and she spawned as it was lagging. I just stood there like a dingus like, is this the same witch? Nope, it's not. Ideally, I want to have a sort of base near water. Don't know why this refuses to load. There we go. I've noticed at least in this mod pack that like most of the lands that generate tend to be like islands, like medium to large islands, so the water is never too far away, which is smart. You will see like ponds and stuff around, but I prefer to be by the ocean if I can manage it, you know. I also never cut down the big trees unless they're like in my area and I just want to get rid of them, because they're just such a pain in the ass to cut down, as opposed to these that are like 2 or 3 high, where it's like, oh, you always get that like one looted spot with the charcoal, and then you get like 1 to 2 normal blocks. And with that one, yeah, there's a few more like charcoal little segments, but I personally don't find it nearly as worth the time when I could just like keep going to small ones. Obviously, if I run out of like smaller trees, I go for the big ones, but usually it doesn't take that long to get the normal trees. Like, it's a process, but it's not like you're going to be playing this for 5 hours before you get, well, maybe 5 hours, but you're not going to be playing this for like 12 hours before you get trees, right? And you're not going to be using it that much. Ooh, bee. That being said, I hope you guys like this mod pack. I enjoy playing it, so. Oh wow, mushrooms. I've never actually seen wild mushrooms in this phase of the game. Like, I've made them before with Matundus, which is what we need to get saplings, but never just wild out there. That's kind of fun. Yeah, the two main things are just like water and like, I like a lot of flat land to build in, because then I don't have to sculpt as much. I hope you guys are having a lovely week. I actually just had work this morning. A short shift, which isn't bad, but I like crashed when I got home. Also hope you guys like my model. Everyone I've shown it to has loved it a lot, but you know, I haven't shown it to the YouTube space and such. Like, most people who make these models do like a debut or whatever, but the whole point of me making it was just to use it for like art streams and maybe YouTube videos. I'm not like a VTuber. That's not like the point of it. It's honestly because, you know, videos and custom content on the internet, people just don't look at it nearly as much anymore if you don't have like your face in it or like a VTuber or something. And it's like kind of one of those inevitable things, like either you eventually put your face on the internet, which I prefer not to. Not that I'm like insecure about my face, it's more because I have like really bad oral problems and I don't want that on the internet. The rest of my face is fine. I think I'm adorable, but I'd prefer not to put that part of me on the internet if I can help it. Plus I'm an artist, so like what's the point if I can't make these things by myself? So I think it's good. Question mark. I've always been the person that's like, you shouldn't have to put your face in your videos in order to get views, but it's like also when I watch people, I like seeing their face and their reactions to things, whether it's like through a model like this or through their actual face, like, you know. At least that's how I consume content. I was like, where'd it go? I looked away and then I lost where the grass was. Let's see, we have 7 of that, 6 of that. The sun's already going down again, no? Oh, here's a hobgoblin place I mentioned before. The hobgoblins are completely docile. I know I said this before, and I was very wrong because of to which it spawned, but like legitimately totally docile. And this house is completely structured so we can actually go inside. Hello, hobgoblin. So like just like villagers, you can like right click them. If he would stop moving. And they have like trades. Here? Let's see. I'm like struggling so hard to find the water. It's like, of course, I'm like, oh yeah, there's water everywhere, and then no water whatsoever. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just like hang out in his house tonight, and I think that's a good stopping point for this first video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one and look forward to more. If you guys like the model, a little bit more personable. She's kind of like a combo between my like general persona that I draw, that's like very close, as close as anime can be, I guess, to my vibe and my look. And a combination between that and my persona, Flame Mage. If you've seen my art, you may have seen her. She is a wolf, and she has these like red markings on her shoulders. So like I have a little bit of that in there. I also decided to go with elf ears because fuck it, why should I have to have human ears if I have a VTuber character? Like, nah, have fun with it. But in any case, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a comment down below if you'd like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Namuruye.